Mate, I've got a good and bad story. Very short one.
Okay, good.
You know how much I love a banh mi.
I know how much we love a banh mi.
Yes. Banh mi Fridays is our thing when we're working from home.
It's been a while since the three of us have gone over all together, isn't it?
That's true. It has been a while. Although I think I've taken Banh mi Fridays and I've extended it slightly to most days now.
Not a bad thing. I think Banh Mi Fridays it's not about the day, it's a way of life. It's an attitude.
It is very much a way of life and attitude. I wandered over on my lunch break to the local Vietnamese bakery, and the lady there recognised me. She smiled and waved, which I think we all agree, us three agree, is like a big win.
Yeah, there's no better feeling. There is no better feeling. You really feel like life has really peaked.
Yep.
At that point.
Very much so. So I got that. I thought, this day's going great. Got the banh mi, walked out, took 2 steps, realised the bag that I was holding was upside down as opposed to the right way up. So the banh mi falls straight out onto the concrete.
Did she say?
I didn't look around. I couldn't look her in the eye. I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't do it. But I was just going, fuck. And it's fallen, but when she makes it, she tucks it in. So like the meat and stuff's there, and then the salad is all sort of on top. Lots of the salad just came out. It was all over the concrete stuff.
So it fell in a bad way.
It fell in a pretty bad way. But the meat and some of the veggies stayed inside. Somehow, it like bounced and rolled, and like lots of the salad came out. I've gone, fuck it. I'm ignoring the rest of the salad, taking the rest of it up, put it back in the bag, and walked home. And then I had it for lunch.
And you ate it?
Yeah,
you ate it.
Yep.
There is like a lot of bird shit on the footpath.
There's plenty of pigeons in Oakley.
Yeah,
there's definitely. Yeah.
And you just ate it.
I did. It was, Amma's listening. I forgot about that.
Well, she's not going to be happy now.
No.
I know like there's a thing about, the whole good for your immune system thing, but yours is fucked.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'm getting stronger from the added immunity. And I think she'll just be happy to know that I had lunch.
Covered in bird shit. Hello and welcome to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. Everybody breathe a sigh of relief. Thank you. Didn't realise you were going to do that. Our boy Ashwin Ravindran has made it out of the 27 club.
I have. I've done it. Was it the end of last episode that you nearly cursed me?
Yep.
Yep. It's all right. All's good.
Made it out.
Made it out. I'm now 28.
Yay.
We're both 28 now. So,
we are.
Yeah.
And we both look great for 28.
Yep. I guess so. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for me to lose my hair too. I think it is a matter of time.
Let's have a look. Give us a scalp check. No, see, it looks all right in this light. Actually, no, look further down. Ooh.
Yeah,
we got that. Oh, I sit shot there. We got that on camera. Sorry about that. I really thought you'd face more towards me.
I did notice. I did notice in some of the photos that Tash took over the weekend. I was like, oh yeah, I can see it a bit there.
You are under the lamp as well there, though.
That's the light. It's
a big lamp.
Yeah. But
anyway, we can't both be bald. We can't. We might have to start a bald podcast. Anyway, birthday is done.
Yes.
Birthday weekend happened.
Yes, it did. It was great, mate. It was great.
Your present's still on the way.
Oh yes,
I'm chasing Star Trek and Ozpost for a number of things with work as well. So
okay.
I'm being attacked from all fronts.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm intrigued in what this could be.
It's nothing special.
Okay. But yeah, birthday was awesome. Yeah, took the day off.
Good start.
Yeah. It was a beautiful day. I think it was like 25 and sunny or something like that. It was picture perfect, beautiful. Cammy and I went to the nets, had a hit, played some cricket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that
So
was
the Pels are back.
So
Ashton's playing cricket on a Saturday again. You heard it here first.
it was good. It's good getting back in the nets.
Yeah. Ball any over the net?
I actually, so I was because we closed the nets so that, you know, when she was hitting, because she was batting most of the time, so that when she'd hit it past me, it would just go into the net.
Yeah, right.
But
it's like throwdown vibes.
Throwdown vibes, yeah. But a few times she just hit it over and it'd go right over, and I'd have to jump the fence onto the oval, throw the ball. Like, after a while, I got a bit sick of it, and I was like, why don't I just bowl from about 30, 40 metres away and just like hoik it over the fence? And then
what? That's, oh my God. It's the most ridiculous, most Ashwin solution I reckon. Aren't you an engineer?
Yeah. And by the time we got to her, it was a pretty bouncy sort of.
Yeah, she's not tall.
No. Yeah, but we're working on the lofted cover drive, which was pretty. It was fun. I realised, you know, I think I did some masterclass stuff a few weeks ago. Realised maybe masterclasses aren't my forte in real life. I think
based on the end product,
based on me trying to explain things using words. Didn't go down too well.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I've tried to. We both went through this, didn't we? Like you with Cammy, me with Tash, trying to explain cricket in general.
Yeah,
it's hard to do with words alone.
Yeah,
I remember like loading up. This is back before I lived here, my old place. Loading up like I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Cricket for Dummies video.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I paused the TV.
Yeah,
and I went up and was like, almost giving a TED talk on how to explain cricket. I'm like,
PowerPoint presentation.
The words that and the words that were coming out, I'm like, that's not what I want to say. That doesn't sum it up right, but I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. I realized most of the time, like I would say something and be like, nah, I'm not saying it right. And then she'd be like, oh, I feel like this, or do you mean this? And I'd be like, yeah. And that was my teaching.
So she's teaching herself, is what you're saying?
Effectively,
and you're trying to take credit for it.
And me agreeing with her teaching herself. I think that's how it sort of eventually went down, yeah.
The wise one.
The wise one. Do you do that with golf with Tash? Tash has got a pretty good swing though, doesn't she?
Tash's swing is more consistent than mine. Yeah. I think we've mentioned on the show before, we're getting into it. Got to fill the summer days with something without cricket. So golf has kind of fallen into place pretty naturally. Hers are definitely going straight.
Yep.
A lot more than mine are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I often zigzag down the fairway. We went to the par 3 pitch and putt place.
Yeah.
Is it Wheelers Hill or
Mulgrave,
kind
of like Rowville-ish.
Yeah, that
area.
That sort of way. We did that a while ago, didn't we? We did the full 18 on Sunday morning.
Yep.
And shit, I was so shit.
It was raining though, wasn't it?
We didn't really get to the last couple of holes, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad. And as a result, it was quiet. So there was no one behind us, no one catching us.
Oh, that's the perfect day for golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tash got a bit annoyed because I was woeful.
Right.
But then on hole 9 and hole 18, the two holes that were closest to where people were,
watching.
They were the best shots of the day.
Right.
Got a birdie on hole 18, and I'm going, what the fuck?
Just clutch, mate. It's just, you need a crowd. You need a bit of pressure.
Is that what it is? Is that, you reckon?
Just you need the eyes. You need a bit of pressure.
She wasn't happy, and I was confused.
So, running it back for another week piece. So you like this? You liked that last week?
Yeah,
I did. I saw the reel.
You did? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you're on this. I don't know why I did that. Sorry.
Is that going to be the clip for this week? Then?
No,
Just going to do
I'm
each
not,
thing.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Hopefully there's a bit better content this week.
There is a bit of cricket going on. Immediately following the ODI, the men's ODI World Cup. There's the T20 series, Australia versus India. That's going on.
Yeah, India are very, very happy with their revenge.
Yeah,
They're winning the real prize.
the real tournament. Yeah. So they're up 2-0, I think, in that
Currently, yeah.
currently in the 5-game series.
Saw Josh Inglis turned up, didn't he?
In the second, was it in the second?
Second, yeah, it would have been the second
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
57 balls or something, wasn't it?
Not bad.
Not the bad.
Not bad.
You see all these comments, they're still coming out from like Indian past players about not being able to accept that the better team won the World Cup.
As in, like, comments about the Indian men's team performance in the final, or like
No, just it's not even that deep. It's just India were the better team. We can't accept that Australia are the best ODI team in the world. In the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, well, they've got the trophy to back it up.
Yeah, geez.
Move on.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Okay. You know the meme from The Office where Michael Scott back in the day is like shaking the boss's hand and he's got no idea what's going on.
And he's got the wig
with the long hair.
The long hair. Yeah.
It was a meme of it was instead of the bloke who's fucking I can't talk. Instead of Michael Scott shaking his old boss's hand, it was like edited so it was Michael Scott shaking Michael Scott's hand, and it was like mirror.
Yeah.
It was like India, England, and over the handshake it was like whinging after losing to the Aussies.
After losing, yeah, nice.
That was awful. That was the worst anyone's ever explained a meme ever. And now I'm thinking about it, I don't even know if I got the right meme.
What, the handshake one? Like, even I don't know memes very well, and I know that office.
Okay, well, thank you. I think you're just trying to be nice there, but still the explanation wasn't great.
Yeah, right. I didn't realise that was going. Is that still going on the socials?
Still going on, mate. Still going on.
Oh, well.
And we're giving it life, so it is still going on.
So it will continue to go on.
Yeah.
The AFLW season is wrapping up this Sunday.
Footy and cricket.
The grand final is here, and Brisbane, who was in the men's AFL grand final, are also in the grand final against the Shin Boners, mate.
The Shin Boners. Are they the Shin Boners in the women's as well?
I don't know.
They're the She Boners.
I
don't want to have said that.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that's probably something else.
Yep. Yes. So the Kangaroos
go north
are in the grand final, and let's see how we go.
Who do you reckon is going to win? You back in north?
I mean, why not? I mean, we won the prelim by 1 point against the Crows. It was very tight.
Yeah,
so,
really.
I don't know. We'll see.
Time will tell. Check back in here. I'm sure you're going to want to hear our thoughts about it.
Yeah. But moving along from sport in general.
Yep, that's it. That's it for sport this week.
Yep, that's not. Yeah, cricket and footy and sport in general. We'll put a stop to it there, and talk about our lives.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if we've started doing more and more of that in general, but it just feels easier to do.
Yeah, I feel like we've almost, I don't know, consciously or unconsciously, usually the show goes, we'll talk about cricket or footy, and we'll try and sort of make that relevant to what's going on in our lives.
Yeah.
Now I think we'll just kind of talk about us and just sort of sprinkle it in when we can.
Yeah. It's like it used to be that, and then it was like our lives with a little bit of cricket and footy there. And then sometimes like today, I feel like is our lives with very little cricket and footy, and it's just us.
Who knows? The content might be back on the upwards trajectory.
Yes, we'll find out. Anyway, so we did have a bit of a shindig over the weekend.
We did.
a bit of a hang with our close group of mates. We are the Wape gang.
Let's leave that there.
Yep. And it was, I'd say, normally when we hang out, I think it's fair to say it's pretty tame.
Yeah, no, not really not many drinkers in the group,
No.
for example, just to put that into context.
Yeah. Pretty chill, pretty tame shindig. But I think I was watching you for a while and you kind of looked like you wanted to do something for about maybe an hour or two. We were kind of all sitting in a circle just chatting.
It's about 45 minutes.
About 45
yeah,
minutes.
let's just put a pin in that right away.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So there is a couple of us that don't mind, these kind of shindigs. We've had a couple of beers before, and then we've had a couple more beers, and then a couple more beers.
Yeah.
And they were driving. Tash and I obviously had a couple, and thought we had more beers at home than we did.
Mm.
Turns out we didn't. So I was just sitting there next to where where we keep all the
drinks,
the unofficial liquor cabinet, because it's not a cabinet, it's
Yes.
just like a little part of a shelf.
Yeah, shelf, yeah.
I was sitting there going, I wouldn't mind a Shiraz.
Yep. We just eyeing it off, just staring at it.
Got a bottle the other day, last week, whenever it was. I haven't had a Shiraz in ages. Probably the wrong time of year to be getting back into it, as it's getting a bit warmer.
Yep.
I'm just going, this is probably going to be weird. This isn't really going to be received all that well.
Yep.
But eventually I've just gone, nah.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be keen for one.
Yep.
I know that Tash is going to be keen for one.
That's
so
enough.
I just stand up and I go, fuck it. I'm having a Shiraz.
Yep.
Does anyone want one?
Yep.
Tash straight away. Yep, I'll have one, as I suspected.
Yeah.
And then 5 more hands went up.
Yeah,
I'll have.
It was
I'll
very
have Shiraz.
almost immediate.
Yeah. And people Ash has only just started getting into drinking a bit more Passan.
Yeah.
Is only the last sort of few months started drinking. So it was just for me, it's all I've wanted from you blokes. 14, 15 years. Not quite that long.
Fucking finally.
Looking at you, mate. Looking at you now.
Yep.
You're the outlier.
Yep. I actually am. I think I was pretty much the only one.
Yeah. That didn't have anything at all. Yeah.
Yep.
But it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
So what are we here to do today, mate?
Well, inspired by that, basically, it's sort of at the crux of it. You had something. You had the idea of it. You in this social setting, and you're like, it's probably not going to go down well.
Yeah, with that group, it's probably not going to. Yeah.
It's probably not going to be well received. But I'm going to back myself in. I'm going to risk it. And everyone got around the Shiraz.
Everyone got around the Shiraz.
So we're here today to increase everyone's confidence around a few things that you may not be sure if others in a social setting are going to get around. But we reckon if you whip them out, they'd be very well received.
Absolutely. Do you want me to kick us off?
Yeah, kick us off, mate.
I'll kick us off. All right. So, the first one. Cover drive highlights. See, there's a sprinkle. There's a sprinkle.
That's it.
Still,
yeah,
still
we are
right
still
at the
talking
start.
about it. Yeah.
Now, I think we can all agree, both of us sitting here and all three of you listening, that there's something so satisfying about a cleanly struck cover drive.
Yep.
Like the sound it makes, the way it looks when it's just timed.
Yep.
Perfectly right. And we know the sort of players to search for. You got your Sachins, your Sangakaras, your Shane Watson.
Yep.
Shane Watson's cover drive back in the day.
Yep.
Oof. Brian Lara, Virat Kohli, you could.
Yeah.
There's just something so satisfying about it.
Yep. I think it's the effortless nature of it. I think it's just majestic, and I feel like we've probably spoken about this heaps of times before. The cover drive in general.
Don't care.
But
it's a crowd pleaser.
It is
Always well received.
It is very much a crowd pleaser. So I reckon that would very much go down well in a group setting, despite people liking or not liking cricket.
Maybe that's all. Maybe that's all people need.
Oh, the cover drive.
People, you meet someone for the first time. You go, "Oh, you like cricket?" And they go, "Oh, nah, not really.
Not
Nah,
really.
never really been interested."
Because most of the time people bring up the fact that it's so long. It's boring. It's so long. It takes 5 days.
Yep.
And at the end of the 5 days, it's still a draw. How does no one win? And all this sort of stuff. It's like, well, if you just give them the highlights of a cover drive.
Yeah. Have you seen a Shane Watson cover drive? If they go, "I don't know what most of those words mean," you go, "Here you are, champ.
Yeah.
Have a look. Have a look at that." And then they start drooling.
Yeah.
That's exactly how that scenario goes, word for word.
Yep.
Yep.
That's definitely played out before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to move on to our next.
Yeah, what do we call it?
I don't know.
Our next
item, thing, thing.
Our next thing to whip out in a social setting that will be very well received.
Yes.
Well received.
Yes.
Yep.
Abba.
Abba.
Yes.
Right.
The band. The group.
Thank you. Yeah, wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
We did have my YouTube music downstairs on the TV playing.
We did.
And Abba came on. And
it was put on, wasn't it?
It was
rather forcibly. Forcefully.
What one of the
yeah.
I don't know.
With force.
With force. You'd think, some might think that ABBA's just for white people, but
I can speak on behalf of white people and say that's a fair assumption.
That's a fair assumption. Yes. But seems to be quite universal, I think. People seem to get around.
Well, we had the proof on Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely a diverse sort of bunch, I guess. Not that I want to be put on any posters or anything like that, but we all got around ABBA.
That's so funny. Thinking back to the high school days, and I think we mentioned this on the pod before.
Yeah.
About there being 200 kids in our year level.
Yeah.
And there was 28 white kids.
Yeah.
So I was in the minority.
Yeah.
And I remember I was the one who was picked, especially in year 9, I was the one who was picked to go on all these posters to represent diversity.
Of course. That's it. You're the diversity, mate. What a strange feeling, right?
Right, yeah.
It's I never really thought about it, but it's such an interesting perspective and experience having gone through that, because it's like normally your brain's tuned to be like diversity equals this equals this equals, and it's so funny when things are flipped.
I just wish people knew about the hardship that I've been through. I think I got that through that with a straight face.
Yes, you did.
All right, I'm going to move on to the next thing that you can whip out in a social setting and it be very well received.
Yep.
And that is a crackle candle.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if that's what they're actually called or if it's like a wooden wick candle or something.
Woodwick?
Something.
Yeah. I don't know
if that's the brand or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Tash. She's definitely the expert in this. But essentially, it's a candle, funnily enough. But this would be funnily enough as well. The wick in the candle is made of wood.
It is made of wood.
So not only do you have a sensation on the nose from smelling the candle, but you also get this little calming, satisfying noise from the woodwick as it crackles away when the candle's burning.
It's a little crackle.
And as I said, calming, satisfying, it just creates this soothing atmosphere.
Yeah.
And people who haven't seen them before, I've found this. You always ask, "Oh, what's that? What's that? Or what's that sound?"
Yeah.
It's always a point of conversation. It's a conversation starter. It's an icebreaker.
At a shindig.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It's always going to be well received because they go, maybe that's what's been missing in my life.
Yeah.
Maybe now I'll finally be happy.
Potentially. Crackle candles are amazing.
Yeah. If you are from Woodwick and that is the brand.
Is it the brand?
It might be the brand.
Okay, right.
We're clearly very keen on the sponsorship.
All right, the next thing, Ashes cricket on PS4.
Okay, yep.
Given, and this is based on the assumption that the cover drive highlights have gone down well.
It's definitely a phase 2. Isn't
It is.
it?
Yeah, I'd start with the cover drive highlights, and if that hasn't gone to plan, I'd definitely put a pin in it there. But assuming that the sentence, "Have you seen Shane Watson's cover drive?" is followed with drooling, I'd assume phase 2 would be Ashes Cricket on PS4.
Yep.
Yep, where you can play as Shane Watson, potentially in the
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So,
I mean, it's no Cricket 07.
No.
I mean, we're on record many times with our opinions of that game. But yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
good.
well received.
Absolutely.
Do you remember the control? Is that a Big Ant, like True Blue game?
Yeah,
vibe?
I feel like Big Ant's got a bit of a monopoly on the old Australian sporting gaming market.
Is it monopoly, or is it no one else wants to make games for the sports that they're doing?
Potentially the latter.
Cricket and footy.
Yeah, I'm glad that they do it. I'm really glad that they do it, and like I don't want to be seen as like, being demeaning in any way, shape, or form. Like,
Towards Big Ant?
Yeah, because I'm glad that they've given us cricket games and
It
footy
still
games.
sounds condescending.
It
should be a natural sort of... That should be a natural sort of sponsorship for us, shouldn't it?
Big Ant, exactly.
Big Ant. But you...
I've stuffed it up.
You've said some things over the years, not me.
What?
You've said some things.
What have I said over?
All right, let's say it's you. Let's say it's you that said these things.
Uh-huh.
And leave it there.
Okay.
And leave it there.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so whip out your PS4 and whip out Ashes Cricket.
Yep.
Did you want to do the next one as well, or do you want me to do the next one?
I can take the next one.
All right, okay.
I can see why you'd want me to take it. I did prepare some snacks on Saturday. You would have seen me doing a little bit of prep work.
I intentionally took a step back in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. Yes.
Intentionally took a step back just to see what you'd do. Because there's very much been Tash and myself driving this kind of stuff previously.
Yes.
When we've hosted before.
Very much so, yeah.
And it was just, your birthday thing.
Yep.
It was just, let's see what he does. It was the curiosity got the better of me, and I was always going to go over to Woolies had it been disastrous.
Yeah.
But yeah, you prepared some snacks.
I did. And I thought, you know what? I can get, the junk sort of stuff, but I'd try to be a bit more healthy. So I've chopped up. I've got some strawberries. I've got some blueberries. Got some apples, and I've chopped them up. Chopped up some strawberries. Put them on a platter.
Yep, that's a word.
That's the word. Yep. Blueberries, and chopped up some apples as well. Put them all on this platter, and I thought, you can't have the fruit by itself. It needs to go with something. But I don't want to force the something with it, So I thought, okay, I can put maple syrup in like a little, what's the word? A little container.
Oh my god! I can't remember what it's called. I was saying a stupid word I was saying like rabbit skin or something like that because it sounded like it.
It starts with A.
Does it?
Arafin? A ramekin?
A ramekin.
Is it a ramekin?
It's a ramekin.
Is it?
It's a ramekin.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a small glass bowl.
I think so, yes. So
is it ramekin?
Is it a I thought it started with an A.
You keep
anyway, I put some maple syrup in one and I put some honey in the other and I put them all on the platter. And
it's ramekin.
It is ramekin. Yeah. Okay, cool. And put some toothpicks out. You just, get the strawberries, dunk them in the maple syrup, in your gob. And I think it's fair to say it went down really well. And it was very well received by everyone. So
purely because I kept my mouth shut. It was weird on the apples.
Okay. All right. We'll take that into consideration for next time and keep the maple syrup and just not put the apples out there.
Speaking of food, I've got another one for you, and I
Yep.
really, really hope you share this at your next social shindig.
Yep.
If you're not already aware of the legend
The legend.
on YouTube that is Greg's Kitchen,
Mm.
it's this 40-something-year-old dude from Brisbane.
Yep.
Who's got like 300,000 subscribers on YouTube.
It's a lot. Yep.
And he just goes to, most of it is going through drive-thrus at everyday fast food joints.
Yeah.
And just rating their food.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this guy is, I'm pretty sure, because he's got a couple of other channels. He's like I think he's a gardener by trade.
Okay.
So not really any sort of culinary background or anything like that.
Right.
When he's not doing drive-through reviews,
Yep.
he's in his own kitchen,
Yes. Yep.
like testing food from frozen sections, or like trying to recreate recipes from movies. I remember seeing one.
Ah,
But
Yeah,
let's
right.
just focus on the fast food ones,
Okay.
right?
the drive.
So, like, say if I don't know, Macca's bring out a new burger,
Yeah.
and he goes and he tries it,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
he reviews it.
Yep.
A review, his definition of a review is eating it and just saying, "Oh, it tastes all right." Like, he'll open up the burger to show you, and he'll like scoop up every single layer of the burger with his finger. Gets his hands absolutely covered in sauce.
In sauce and mustard and all that sort
Yeah.
of shit. Yeah.
And then he takes the biggest bite out of it. And we were shown by a friend of ours, and we've watched quite a few since.
Yeah.
And I still can't work out if he's being for real or not. I just can't work it out. But the point of this is, if you're ever in a situation, you know, you're hanging out, just a low-key night, you got some mates around at home.
Yep.
Open up YouTube and search Greg's Kitchen,
Yep.
and just give it a watch.
Enjoy.
See what you think. He's a legend, but he's a weirdo.
You can be both.
I can't work. Yeah, he's both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's both. No, we love him though.
we
do
do
love Greg.
We love Greg. Umpire's call for this week. Our definitive statements
On today's topic.
on today's topic. And do you want to kick us off?
No,
No.
that's
Jump-
my definitive statement.
Okay. Oh, no.
No. You kick off, mate.
Okay. My, I guess it's a. Is it a definitive statement? It is a definitive statement. My Android Auto is a crowd pleaser, and I wish it wasn't.
I mean, that in itself is a definitive statement.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't. You've expressed an opinion there.
Yes.
Do tell.
So, actually, I don't know if this is Android Auto or just my phone in general, but so I use YouTube Music, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Plug it in whenever I'm going for a drive, and I just get my super mix up. So it'll just randomly go through a bunch of different songs that are tailored for me, I guess. So I've noticed, usually when I'm by myself in the car, you know, every song that's played is very much my music.
Your own super mix.
Yeah. Sorry, not my music as in...
That's actually not what I meant. I was just like, imagine, you know, a playlist generated for you and your music, and you're listening.
Yeah.
Playing your music.
Yeah. It'd be quite sad.
Where's the Ravenous album, you dog? You did that yourself. I wasn't even there.
Yeah, that is actually true. So it plays through, you know, stuff that I really like, horror show,
Yep.
you know, Royster 5'9",
Ravenous.
fourth place, of course.
Hey.
But I've noticed when other people are in the car, it still plays music that I like, but it's tailored. And I've noticed when Cammy gets in the car, it'll play stuff that I like, but stuff that where the Venn diagram kind of crosses over, like where we both like. So like, she listens to, she really likes the 1975, for example. So it plays a bit of that because I'm like, yeah, I get around it too. When you got in the car the other day, it played a bit more of Beano because obviously we both love Childish Gambino.
Yep.
So it's tailored, right? It's a crowd pleaser. Whoever gets in the car, oh yeah, I'll play a bit of your stuff. I'll make sure you have a nice ride. No, I always thought of this as magical.
I was going to say, that sounds pretty good.
It does. Until over the weekend, our good mate Rosh pointed out that there may be a reason for it. It may be due to I don't know if it's called data sharing, but the fact that our phones are very close to each other. You've got your phone in your pocket, my phone's here, and then it affects it. The fact that you're
so.
As soon as she said it, I believed it. Given when the whole sort of thing when you have conversations about stuff and then you get ads for things like that whole sort of thing.
Yeah.
Given that, I believed it almost instantly when she said it. And now I wish my Android Auto didn't do that.
That's crazy.
Mm.
Well done. That's a very good umpire's call.
Thanks, mate.
It's a very good umpire's call. You circled back very, very well. My umpire's call is going to take us back to where we started this week. Wine is wine.
Uh-huh.
People who think that they taste all of this extra stuff, there's an oaky, like, aftertaste,
yep.
or there's like a hint of, I can't remember any flavors or anything like that.
You can't even bullshit, yeah.
Anyone who can actually taste that, they're kidding themselves.
Right.
I reckon if you put, and I'm happy, my umpire's call can be saying that I got no fucking idea.
Okay.
My umpire's call is wine is wine.
Uh-huh.
That's my opinion. You could line up, I don't know, 3 or 4 different glasses in front of me.
Yep.
Like a $10 bottle, $50 bottle, $100 bottle, and like a, I don't know, like a $250 bottle. I don't think I'll be able to tell you which one's which. See, initially my idea for this episode was we're going to do switch on and I was going to do that. But that also involves going out and purchasing all of those bottles of wine. So that's why I didn't do that. That's fair. That's another definitive again. This segment really suits you. I think we've done well this week. Even less cricket than usual. Yep. I think we might be onto something. That's the secret to success, I think. Yeah, I think so. Knowing what our strengths are, and cricket hasn't really been a strength. If it was a strength, we would have had an adult premiership. When you just start a sentence and you're just like, that's not where I wanted to go with that. Yeah, it's usually how my masterclasses go down. We did, I hope everyone got a good deal on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I guess some of those sales still go on because it's now turned into the whole of November. That was our episode last week, wasn't it? We did an episode on that last week, and that's very much what I'm getting towards, getting at, building up towards. I can't do sentences. Nearly there, mate. Home stretch. When we went through, when we got through the episode last week, we actually found we had a couple of Flutter t-shirts left over from the live show. Thinking maybe we do a bit of a Black Friday something for ourselves. Bit of a deal. And in true Flutter fashion. Yep. A little too late. Because we missed Black Friday. That's true. But Black Friday is also the entirety of November, is it not? Yeah. But I mean, if we're sticking with the Friday thing, it's no longer in November. That'll be December. But as is with Banh Mi Fridays, it's not about the day. It's an attitude. It's a way of life. It is a way of being. Yes. So if you're keen, we've got like 2 sizes. We've got a couple of options in like 2 sizes, maybe 3 sizes. Yeah. Chuck us a DM if you didn't get one and you want one, and we'll figure out if we've got a size for you. If you didn't make it and you want one, we'll figure out if we got something for you. Sick. Better late than never. All right, until next week, keep hitting sixes.